So, big massive fail from me. Right thing to do here is to take it to Maitland and get them to do it now. I'm going to do that. I'm going to go grab the car, drive it up to them, get them to do it. I'd really like it just to be done today. I'm hoping... I've got an inner tube at home. I want to check what it's for. It's possibly the same size. Let me go and find that. I might just chuck it at them and say, can you chuck that one in for me? So I've got this 18-inch tube. I bought it for a similar bike. It doesn't actually say the dimensions, but it's an 18-inch tyre, so I'll take that to them just in case. I'll leave everything out. I'm only going to be an hour. Let's go get the car. Look at that, guys. I got it right, all on my own. Not really, I took it to the mechanics. Let me get rid of this car. Zip cars, love zip cars. And I'll come back. Let's throw it all back together. And I might just quickly go over it and see what it needs for MOT. If possible, maybe I'll be able to throw an MOT on it tomorrow. I know it needs a rear brake light switch, but I think I've got that. So finally properly back. The rear wheel on this is a bit of a faff because the caliper is mounted to the rear wheel, which is a bit of a pain. So ultimately it slides onto here and bolts through here. And then you've got to line up everything else, and it's not the end of the world. It just becomes a bit of a faff putting the rear wheel on. Best bet, start on that side, get the chain on, get the bar through halfway, and then work on this side. Long bar on the other side. I believe there's two. I believe there's the original, yeah, look, and a short on this side, which all just winds me up really, but it's not a huge issue. Let's get it back on, and then kind of really I just need to reassess this bike. I've definitely got an old-fashioned rear brake light switch, and I'm thinking, you see that there, that's for a brake light switch. So if I can mount one up here somewhere, which is easy, anywhere actually, up here, anywhere, as long as the wire goes down to there and this presses it, then we'll be back. Still got to consider the rear brake and how strong it is actually. I just pressed it twice. I need to make sure I pull him out to fit it. But yeah, if it's not right, I still need to consider what's going on there. But let's get this wheel back on for now. That's the step. Let me just get a flathead and push that back because I just pumped it. I'm an idiot. I swear I thought I recorded that whole thing, guys. Let's just check it rolls for now. Let's re-engage the rear brake. Rear brake feels good nowadays. I'll have to test it after. Feels really good actually. So that all felt too quick. I think I need to fire it up. It hasn't been fired up for 2 weeks. I think does the chain look a little slack? I'll take a touch out of that. Let's fire it up. Let's see what it does or doesn't do. It feels... I need to go back to the basics with it. I can't even remember if it fires up, if I'm being honest. Let's get the key. That bracket behind the rear plate winds me up. This one, we've got a downlight under here, and we've got a, it probably was a reflector down there. I'm probably going to break it off. Let's see if it even starts and what it does, what it doesn't do. There's no warning light on the dash. Let's give it a minute to warm up. I'll take it for a quick spin. Does the front brake light work? Take it for a spin, just it's hard to tell. Let's pull it out. Let me have a little look around it. Whoa, I'm back to the square one really after a couple of weeks. Horns intermittent. So just for clarity, no rear indicators at all. Horn worked briefly, it probably needs to clean on the wiring. Let me see what this rear brake's like. Let me take it for a spin. Okay, so clutch wire is a bit stiff, doesn't feel nice. I need to get some oil down there. Rear brake still isn't strong enough. I'm going to try some reverse bleeding, push some fluid up the system, see if I can get that doing something. See if I can push some air out, but it's just that tiny bit too spongy. It does feel like when I do heat cycle it, when I hold it on and heat cycle it, it does get a bit better on the run, but at first it just doesn't feel right. Probably needs a new rear caliper. They're like 80 quid. It's well worth getting one if it's needed. Horn is intermittent. I need to check the wiring, clean the wiring. Other than that, it feels great. Pulls very strong engine. So rear indicators aren't working. My guess is there's a wiring issue somewhere back there. Let me just double check that after a bit of a run, a tap. Yeah, they're not on. And we know that the wiring to the rear light is fine, so there's something there. Right, where do I go with this? I really do want to try and push some air out of that rear brake by doing a reverse bleed procedure. I might try that first because it just won't hurt. Basically, with reverse bleeding, you push fluid up the tube, you push it the other way with a little syringe, and generally that pushes out any air that's in the system. You push fluid through and air out. I could try a touch of traditional bleeding first just to see, but I'm not sure.